Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Welcome everyone, Max here for MMA News. Now this one I'm a little conflicted about, and I'm gonna bring in Zack Snyder for just for reasons. I know everyone's gonna cringe because like I said before, people support Chappelle, people support other people going against the studio and contracts. You know what, Prince back in the day, people really respected Prince for going against what the industry was doing to Prince. There's a lot of other circumstances where artists were taking advantage with contracts, comedians like Chappelle, but a lot of people ultimately side with the company when it comes to movies and talent. You were contracted for, maybe it's because it's IP work, maybe it's because it's IP and not necessarily their own original IP. Do you think differently if if you are working on an existing IP versus your own? That's another scenario. It's still a company hiring you to do your product. That's a different story. This is the one I'm conflicted about, though, because, hey, we got breaking news.
Breaking news!
And you might notice that the madman is going hardcore. Yes, things have changed. I'll get onto that later. But you'll be seeing more of me on screen in single videos, completely unscripted, raw opinions, speculation, rumors, all that's good stuff. And you're still going to see panels with movie talk. I decided to trust them myself more and just roll with what I want to say. Just do one take, don't censor myself, say what I'm really feeling to get to you viewers. And it's going to provide more content, and hopefully I am going to. And some of my critics, even my friends, say, well, what's your opinion, Max? You react to other people. What's your opinion? I'm going to do more. The reactions aren't going anywhere, but I'm going to do more of my opinion. My opinions, too. I feel there's a strong bias against Zack Snyder, but in other cases, people tend to side with the talent. It's because of reasons. Maybe it's because of the fandom. But I also want to hear if people are going to side with Stallone. I'm a huge Stallone fan. I love Rocky. I like Rambo. It's just extreme violence is not my thing. I'm not against it. It's just like, ooh, I could take that in doses. I respect the franchise, though. I respect that Stallone also has got into directing and he has kept his career going. Now, in comparison to Schwarzenegger did other things. He got into politics and stuff. But I love, and there's I'm not criticizing Schwarzenegger at all. I'm just saying the level of respect for Stallone is like through the roof of what he's accomplished and revitalized his own IP in lots of different situations and provided work to all his friends. Expendables, whether you want to laugh it off or not, he has created a solution to a lot of issues with old action movie stars. So not only did he keep himself relevant, challenge himself with directing, writing, he also cares about others. And he's revitalized some careers with the Expendables series. But this is where it's kind of interesting that he has a huge issue with, and I do mean huge issue based on the social media engagement on this. Sylvester Stallone slams MGM's proposed Creed spinoff Drago. No, I love Creed. I love what they did with the story. I actually even think of it. I almost like it better than the original Rocky series, depending on the third one, how it goes. Um, there's so much emotion there of losing your father to the sport and then coming up and doing it also. There's just something amazing there. And I gotta rewatch Creed 2. Creed 2. I don't think it was as good as the first Creed, but I gotta rewatch it and put in that emotional aspect and really think about it. But of course, and I'm open to lots of ideas, but do you agree? I want to know, and we're going to cover this on the member stream too. But do you think they should listen to Stallone? The rights are complicated with the Rocky franchise, like they are with most IPs. And it says update: Sylvester Stallone struck a knockout blow to MGM's proposed Creed spinoff, Drago, slamming producer Irwin Winkler, with whom he's engaged in a feud over the rights to the Rocky franchise. On Sly's Instagram, now this is again, if if you're going to criticize, the talent, he has the other one person has rights to the Rocky franchise as well, so they potentially should have a say, even though it's harder for me. It's harder for me to want this specific project to succeed, knowing how much Sylvester Stallone is against it. And is he against it because it's the other rights holder, or because the project is bad too? Is Sylvester Stallone? These are all questions I want you to answer in the comment section below. Is his judgment clouded on the project just because it's the other person that owns some rights to the franchise proposing the project? Because the last I heard, the talent involved with Creed 2 are on board with this project, the last I heard of it. But let's read a little bit more. On Sly's Instagram, he referred to Winkler as the pathetic 94-year-old producer and claimed they were once again picking to clean the bones of another wonderful character I created without telling me. Now, I do feel like they should have ran it by him for sure. I do agree with that, but ultimately, if they own the rights, I don't know. And did he check with them when he did Creed? I don't see. These are all questions I want to ask. And this is really upsetting because he called out Dolph Lundgren, because him and Lundgren have had a pretty tight relationship with Expendables and other projects. So that is kind of upsetting. I don't want Stallone and Dolph to be angry at each other. And okay. I have nothing but respect for Dolph, but I wish he had told me what was going on behind my back. Keep your real friends close. Wow. So check out the Instagram post here. Rocky spinoff film Drago set for MGM with Robert Lawson to write. Another heartbreaker. Just found out once again, Irwin Winkler, the pathetic 90-year-old. I apologize to the fans. I never wanted Rocky characters to be exploited by these parasites. By the way, I once had nothing but respect for Dolph, but he never told me he was going on behind my back. For the character I created for him. Real friends are more precious than gold. And then look at this shit. A few hours later, he even posted even more, calling Dolph out once again. Look at this image that he. That's like hardcore. Like, what the hell, man? Okay. Backstabber, screenplay, Drago. Whew. Well, one thing's for sure. Sylvester takes this very, very seriously. Let me see what else this article has to say. Okay, and then, all right, he goes on a bigger rant. Let's wow. I didn't read this ahead of time so you could get my reaction live. After Irwin Winkler and family sucked Rocky dry, perceived to be the most hated, untalented, decrepited producer in Hollywood, and his cowardly children have found their next meal. Drago, return my rights, bloodsuckers. Throughout history, so many artists in every industry, recording, painting, writing, you name it, have been destroyed by these bloodsuckers who have destroyed so many families, lining their pockets with other people. Dolph, why? Not a phone call. Hashtag parasite producers, exploited artist victims. Okay, wow. All right, let me see if there's anything else I want to cover in this article. I'm incredibly humbled and grateful for this opportunity. I'm approaching as an enormous fan of Rocky franchise, who happens to be a screenwriter. A lot said as state and variety. It's unclear if Lundgren or Florian Muntu, who reported Victor Drago, will reprise their roles in the Creed spinoff Drago. What do you think of MGM's plan to launch a Creed spinoff? Do you believe Lundgren will return for the project? Let us know in the comment section below. What is the solution to this? Do you still want to see it, or are you siding with Sylvester? Are you siding with Sylvester because his character he created Drago? This other guy does have some rights. It could be a cool project. I'm very conflicted on this one. I would love to hear your comment section below. And I really, do you see why Sylvester is upset with Dolph Lundgren? Do you see why? I don't know. Maybe it's so volatile they said don't contact Sylvester. It's really weird. It's really weird that they would have us. It is weird though. I will admit this. Okay, before we go here, I will admit this. It is extremely weird that Sylvester also revitalized the franchise with the last Rocky movie he did before Creed, and then Creed 1 and 2 with what's the Black Panther directors, Michael B. Jordan and Wakanda Forever director. This is where I have problems with my memory. His name, I respect him a lot, but his name is I'm losing his name. I know you're going to be yelling at me in the comments. I can't think of his name right now. I respect him a lot. But this spin-off series would only be a thing with the success of Creed. So it is kind of weird that they didn't even contact him. Or that maybe it was extremely preliminary as well, that they didn't reach out to Sylvester yet. I would hope, though, that they could work with Sylvester Stallone, but maybe he wants to have final say on the project as well. He wants to have final say. Give me all your thoughts. Give them all your thoughts to me. And I'm still looking forward to Creed 3. I'm still looking forward to whatever Sylvester does next. And I'll see you all later. Have a good one.